The goal of the summit is that people come and they're trained, they're motivated, they're inspired to take information that they hear here, either from the presenters or from each other, to take back to their communities, to encourage their neighborhoods, to make their neighborhoods healthier and safer.
Today we're giving the neighborhood leaders the opportunity to come in and learn about leadership, how to develop those and apply them into their neighborhoods. Also, this is an invaluable part of them networking with other people in different neighborhoods also leads to some positive actions. In 2009, we won a national award for this exact summit.
We have well over 100 people here representing neighborhoods in 20 cities and 2 or 3 counties right here in the Treasure Valley. People are asking questions, they're very involved, they're excited about taking it back to their neighborhoods and sharing it with their neighbors.
I don't think anybody in this room probably agrees on a lot of things, but they do agree that neighborhoods are very important, and in fact that they're probably the single most important thing for having a strong community. The energy is just, you can feel it.
Our law enforcement officers cannot do it by themselves. So an engaged citizenry are essential to the safety that we find in our community is paramount, and they are important partners to that. I think it's very obvious that as our Neighborhood Watch programs have grown, so has the arrest rate. We are getting better information from those that are involved. They know what to look for. And we're seeing that our crime rate is going down. Over the last 5 years, our crime rate has been reduced by 30%. And that comes with a lot of hard work. Our crime prevention, that education, that citizen involvement, and good law enforcement on the street.
The theme of my talk today is just simply 25 ways to improve your community. We tell stories. We've been telling stories for time immemorial, and just simply you hear someone else's story. Even if they're maybe not trying to teach you something, but you hear this story and it lights up that little fire in your own imagination. Oh, they did this. Well, maybe that's something that would work in our neighborhood, or maybe that wouldn't be quite the same replicable, but perhaps we could do just a little bit different version of it. When we design our cities, we can't forget kids. Unfortunately today, so many children sort of live under, I would call it almost house arrest. They simply, because of the way we've designed our cities, they can't go anywhere.
His perspective on neighborhoods and bringing in that feeling of communities, how can we establish that feeling in our communities? What can we do to make that happen? And he's got some great ideas, and he's traveled all throughout the world and has brought some examples with him and what people can do to create that feeling.
All right, number 14. Reclaim the front yard. Sometimes you can feel a little alone. You're the one person in the neighborhood, and there's maybe 3 of you that are just saying, "This is really important." Every people are going, "Yeah, right," they go on to do their own things. But you come here and you realize you can see sometimes the success stories that people have, and at the same time you can also just the passion that they have is the passion that you have, and that is, charges you up.
What's kind of exciting is we're having some roundtable workshops or roundtable discussions. So those are a variety of topics like how to get kids involved in your neighborhood, planning neighborhood events, and then we have workshops like even how to testify at City Council. So that empowers them if there's a question they want to do. So how to do it the correct way. A lot of different things that they can choose from that are really issues in their neighborhood or they're kind of curious about it.
Gang graffiti is territorial and threatening. It's that the local sets or gangs are trying to say, this is my turf, don't come in here, we own this.
There's some basics like ground level, how to start a neighborhood watch group. There's also, what happens if some foreclosure in your neighborhood? What do you do with that? Abandoned properties, how do you deal with that? How to navigate the criminal justice system itself. Law enforcement especially is kind of difficult sometimes to get answers. And then we have some more philosophical issues like better types of neighborhoods and what we can do to make our neighborhoods more friendly, more walkable, if you will, and also better quality of life for our neighbors.
We're a social creature. I think we often learn the most not from reading something in a book, and I say that as a person that's an author, or in a magazine, not from downloading something from the internet. We kind of learn the most when we have an experience that we share with other people, and it's something that, it becomes memorable for us. That's sort of the joke that somebody cracked in the back of the room that actually was full of a lot of wisdom. Just the great conversation you had with someone, that kind of lodges in your brain in a more accessible way than perhaps just something that you read a list of, the 15 ways to improve a neighborhood.
It's events like this that kind of vitalize the leadership in the neighborhoods, because it can get so they need to be fed. They need to get that nourishment, the knowledge and the skill sets, and so they can have that energy to go back and continue working in their neighborhoods.
And it helps kind of keep the perspective fresh. You can kind of get into a rut and the same old thing and start to be desensitized to what's happening, so this kind of gives us fresh eyes to take an objective look at how the neighborhood's doing. We've come a long way. We've been pretty quiet the last couple of years, not a whole lot of issues at all. We've just partnered with the police real closely, and also doing these type of events where you all get together.
People take that home, they know how to plan an event in their neighborhood, whether it's a yard sale, a cleanup day, national night out, block party, whatever. They have some tools to take back.
Our neighborhood watch programs, our crime prevention programs have been the backbone of our community. Our neighborhoods are communities within a community, and by having alert and educated citizens that live in those communities, our neighborhoods, they are our eyes on the street.